Most men grow up believing that attraction is something they must perform for. They think the right words, the right appearance, or nonstop effort will make a woman stay interested. So they talk more, try harder, and give more attention, hoping that consistency alone will create connection. But emotional attachment doesn't work that way. Women don't bond deeply because of how much a man does for them. They connect because of how they feel when they are around him. Attraction is an internal experience. It's shaped by emotional comfort, calm presence, and the way a man handles situations under pressure. When a woman feels emotionally settled with someone, her mind begins to associate that man with stability and clarity. That feeling is far more powerful than compliments, effort, or surface-level charm. This video is not about manipulation or trying to control emotions. It's not about using tricks, lines, or strategies to force attraction. True connection cannot be created through pressure or performance. Instead, we're exploring one deep emotional experience that naturally builds attachment over time. It's the kind of experience that makes a woman feel understood without being overwhelmed, safe without feeling controlled, and valued without being chased. This is about awareness. When men understand how female psychology responds to emotional energy, everything changes. They stop chasing reactions, they stop seeking validation, and they begin leading with calm confidence. That shift alone changes how women feel around them, and how long that feeling lasts. Attraction is often misunderstood as something visual, but it doesn't begin in the eyes. It begins deeper, within the nervous system. Before desire becomes conscious, the body responds to emotional signals of comfort, safety, and stability. A woman may notice appearance at first, but true attachment forms when her emotions feel settled around a man. When conversations feel easy, when tension drops instead of rising, and when her mind doesn't feel overwhelmed, a deeper connection starts to grow. This is why physical attraction alone is never enough to build a lasting bond. Some men who don't stand out visually create strong emotional connections because their presence feels steady. They don't rush, pressure, or overreact. Meanwhile, men who rely only on looks may attract attention, but struggle to build loyalty, because attention fades when emotional balance is missing. Women connect emotionally to how safe and calm they feel around someone. Safety here doesn't mean weakness or passivity. It means emotional control, clarity in communication, and consistency in behavior. When a man remains composed during stressful moments, it signals reliability at a subconscious level. If a woman's emotions feel regulated in your presence, her mind begins to associate you with peace. She feels understood without needing to explain everything. She feels accepted without being overwhelmed. Over time, this emotional steadiness creates trust, and trust is what transforms attraction into attachment. Not words, not appearance, but the quiet sense of calm that stays even after the moment ends. Most men misunderstand what makes a woman feel truly attached. They think excitement, drama, or constant attention is the key. They assume that if they keep complimenting, entertaining, or impressing, a woman will stay interested. But the truth is deeper. The feeling that women become emotionally drawn to is not superficial. It's not the thrill of a sudden surprise or the rush of playful conflict. It's something far more subtle and lasting. Emotional grounding. When a woman experiences emotional grounding with a man, her mind begins to relax. She doesn't feel judged for her thoughts or emotions. She doesn't feel rushed to respond, explain, or entertain. She doesn't feel pressured to react or perform in any way. Instead, she feels steady, safe, and understood. Her emotions feel held, not manipulated or ignored. This calm, consistent energy signals that she can fully be herself without risking the relationship. This is why some men, even if they are not exceptionally attractive or flashy, create strong, lasting bonds. It's not about what they say or do outwardly. It's about how their presence affects her internal emotional state. When a woman feels emotionally grounded, she begins to associate that man with comfort, safety, and stability. And once that feeling is established, attachment forms naturally, without pressure, without manipulation, just with the quiet, steady presence of emotional reliability. This is the feeling women get addicted to. Not excitement, not drama, but a calm that reassures and holds them, even in silence. Emotional safety is often misunderstood. Many people assume it means being soft, passive, or overly agreeable. In reality, emotional safety has nothing to do with weakness. It comes from inner strength, emotional control, and self-respect. Emotional safety means you don't overreact when emotions rise. You stay composed instead of becoming defensive or emotional. You don't chase validation or constantly seek reassurance. Your sense of value is stable, even when situations feel uncertain. It also means you don't become unstable under pressure. When conversations get intense or emotions are expressed strongly, you remain grounded. You listen without interrupting, judging, or trying to fix everything immediately. This calm response sends a powerful signal at a subconscious level. When a woman expresses her emotions and you stay steady, her brain registers leadership, not control, not dominance, but emotional leadership. She feels she can be herself without losing respect. She doesn't feel the need to filter her thoughts or manage her reaction. That freedom allows her emotions to open naturally, instead of shutting down. This is how trust is created. Trust grows when emotional reactions are predictable and safe. When your behavior stays consistent, her nervous system relaxes. And when trust is present, bonding happens naturally. No pressure, no force, just a quiet sense of connection, built on emotional strength, clarity, and calm presence. Many men believe attention is the key to attraction. They think frequent messages, constant compliments, and always being available will keep a woman interested. Attention can create excitement, but that excitement is short-lived. It fades as quickly as it appears. Consistency works differently. Consistency is not about doing more. It's about showing up the same way, emotionally and behaviorally, over time. While attention creates temporary emotional spikes, consistency builds emotional memory. When your behavior remains steady, without sudden mood shifts or hot and cold patterns, a woman's subconscious begins to feel secure. She doesn't have to guess where she stands. She doesn't feel confused or anxious about your intentions. That emotional clarity allows trust to form naturally. Many men fear consistency because they confuse it with neediness. But consistency is not chasing. It's not over-texting or seeking reassurance. It's predictability paired with self-control and confidence. A consistent man doesn't disappear to create mystery, and he doesn't over-engage to seek validation. He communicates clearly, acts reliably, and maintains his emotional balance regardless of circumstances. This steadiness becomes familiar, and familiarity, when combined with respect, creates comfort. Over time, that comfort turns into attachment, not because of dramatic moments or intense attention, but because the nervous system learns to relax around you. Your presence becomes emotionally dependable. That is what builds lasting attraction, not the excitement of attention, but the strength of consistency that quietly stays. Masculine calm is one of the most powerful yet misunderstood traits in attraction. Many people assume strength is loud, dominant, or emotionally intense. In reality, true masculine calm is quiet, steady, and controlled. Masculine calm means you speak less. But when you do speak, your words carry clarity and purpose. You don't fill silence with explanations or emotional justifications. You allow your actions and presence to communicate confidence. It also means you don't explain yourself emotionally. You don't rush to defend your feelings or seek understanding. You remain centered in who you are, even when emotions rise around you. Another key part of masculine calm is the ability to respond instead of react. When situations become emotional, you pause. You observe before you speak. This pause creates emotional balance and signals inner strength. When a woman experiences emotional waves and you remain grounded, something subtle happens. Her emotions begin to slow down. Her nervous system synchronizes with your calm energy. This is not control or suppression. It's emotional regulation through presence. This dynamic creates polarity. She feels movement and emotion, while you provide stability and direction. Because of this balance, she feels guided, not controlled. She senses leadership without pressure, security without restriction, and strength without dominance. Over time, this calm presence becomes deeply attractive. Not because of words or effort, but because emotional steadiness creates trust, comfort, and a natural emotional bond. Many men unintentionally damage emotional attraction without realizing it. They believe they are showing care, interest, or commitment, but their actions often create the opposite effect. Emotional attachment is fragile, and certain behaviors quietly weaken it over time. One common mistake is over-texting. Constant messages may seem thoughtful, but they remove space and emotional balance. Instead of feeling desired, a woman can begin to feel pressured or overwhelmed. Another mistake is seeking reassurance. When a man repeatedly asks for confirmation of interest or affection, it signals inner uncertainty. Rather than creating closeness, it places emotional responsibility on her. Explaining your value is another behavior that reduces attraction. When a man tries to convince someone of his worth, it suggests that confidence is missing. True value is felt through actions and consistency, not verbal justification. Becoming emotionally reactive is one of the fastest ways to break emotional safety. Strong reactions, defensiveness, or emotional swings create instability. Instead of feeling calm, she begins to feel responsible for managing emotions that are not hers to manage. These behaviors shift the emotional balance in the relationship. Rather than feeling safe and supported, she feels weighed down. And when emotional safety disappears, attraction slowly fades. Awareness is the solution. When men recognize these patterns, they can correct them naturally. By staying calm, grounded, and emotionally responsible, attraction is protected and allowed to grow in a healthy, sustainable way. This video is not about controlling women. It's a common misconception that attraction comes from pressure, manipulation, or trying to direct someone's emotions. True emotional connection is built on awareness, not control. When men understand emotional dynamics, they recognize that women respond to safety, calmness, and consistency. Creating emotional grounding doesn't mean dominating or forcing anything. It means remaining composed, steady, and emotionally reliable even when situations get tense. Strong men don't chase emotional reactions. They don't overreact to moods or try to manipulate feelings to get attention. Instead, they create environments where emotions feel safe and understood. This calm, stable presence allows attachment to form naturally over time. Emotional grounding also includes clear communication, leadership without pressure, and predictable behavior. When a woman feels safe in your presence, she can relax, express herself freely, and trust grows effortlessly. Attachment isn't manufactured through drama or constant pursuit. It emerges from emotional stability and clarity. By choosing awareness over control, men step ahead. They stop reacting impulsively and start leading themselves emotionally. This creates space for genuine connection and mutual respect. If this video helped you understand female psychology more clearly, you're already ahead of most men. Stay aware, stay grounded, stay emotionally strong. This is how attraction evolves into trust, comfort, and long-lasting attachment.